Okay, hi guys, welcome to my blog of the Now series. So this is my celebration of 30 years of the Now album. So it was this was masterminded back in 1983 by Richard Branson and the team from Virgin Music. And the slogan came from a poster with a chicken hearing a noise, and he says, "Now, that's what I call music." And that's where the slogan comes from. I've been a fan of the Now series since about 1998, so the last 15 years basically. The first album I bought was Now 41. I remember getting it for Christmas in 1998 and just loving the album. I think it's still my favourite out of all of the Now albums, so it has a special place for me in my heart. I'm a huge music collector, and the Now albums are just something that I have collected over the years. And you know, it's 30 years now that these albums have been available to buy for collectors, and they've been so popular, and you can see that they have been over the years as well, with the fact that Now 44, for example, is the biggest selling of all of the Now albums to date, sold in excess of about 2 million copies, and it's, if you have a look, it's still in the top 50 albums of all time in terms of sales in the UK, which is quite amazing really for a compilation album. So yeah, so the Now albums is the most successful compilation series of all time in any country, and you'll be able to see from the picture of my collection that I have a vast collection of the Now albums. I'm missing very few, and I have been collecting for the last 15 years. So basically, I've been trying to fill the gaps here and there. I started with cassettes, then I moved on to CDs. I had a number of doubles at sometimes, double albums of cassettes and CDs, but I now have all of the albums on CD, including the double case, the original double casing for the CDs, which went up to now 28, and then from 29 the slimline casing for the albums from there. So yeah, I mean it's been a huge part of my life as a collector of music, and I still continue to collect them. As you can see from my picture, I've got up to Now 83, and I'm recording this literally days before Now 84 is released at the end of March in 2013. Now there is a documentary that will be screened on ITV this summer called The Story of Now. Personally, I think a better title would be Now That's What I Call a Story, or Now That's What I Call 30 Years, because it really sums up the celebration of the Now series this year. It's a big milestone year this year. I remember back in 2008 there was the album Now That's What I Call 25 Years, and there was even some media attention for the Now series at that time, the fact that it was celebrating its silver anniversary. Well, now it's 30 years, okay, 5 years on again, so it's 30 years in celebration of the Now series, and it keeps getting better and better. It's 3 albums a year, and it's an accumulation of all the biggest chart hits over a 3 or 4 month period throughout the year. So it really does capture what music is around at the time, and it's one of those things with the Now albums. I have a bit of a photographic memory with these. I can kind of, when I think of a song, I immediately think, oh, which Now album is that on? If I think of Robbie Williams' Millennium, for example, I know that it's the second track on disc 1 of Now 41. Don't ask me how I know, it's just something that I remember. If I think about Now 46, I know that track 5 on disc 1 is Samantha Mumba, Gotta Tell You. The album was released back in 2000. And I can often remember where I was when I bought many of the Now albums that I've got as well. So it's I can remember the first Now album that I bought on CD as well was Now 47. So all of these facts, it's as some would call it, a bit sad perhaps, but I personally, I think it's quite endearing actually, that a series as successful as this captures the spirit of music lovers, really, and it collects us together. I was a member for a time, and people who are still members of the message forums online, forums.nowmusic.com, will know that I was a member with the username James Bond. At the time, I was a member for about 5 years of the message boards, and from time to time I still do visit the site as just simply as a guest, just to see what people are thinking about the latest albums. And I posted quite regularly on the site for between 4 and 5 years, and I did a retrospective at the 25-year mark of the Now albums 5 years ago in 2008, and it was just lovely to see a group of fans together, really remembering the Now series. It was and talking about their favourites, their least favourites, some of the tracks they enjoyed, some of the tracks they wish had been put on the Now albums. So really, for me, it's a thank you to everybody at Virgin Music. It's a thank you to Ashley Abram, the compiler of the Now albums, and also now to Jenny Fisher, who has taken over the mantle of the compiler of the Now series. So thank you very much to you guys. And thank you to everybody who's put so much effort in the Now series over the last 30 years. Long may it continue, is what I say. Okay, so for the second part of this review of the 30 years of Now, I'm going to be taking you through some of my favourites of the series, and you'll also be able to see a picture of my collection, which is ever expanding. My Now pyramid, I like to call it, of the Now albums. So keep watching for the rest of my review. Okay, so as you can see from this pyramid, I have a wide collection of the Now albums. If we start right at the top here, we've got, it was released back in 2008, actually, to celebrate the 25th anniversary. We've got a cardboard collector's cover. It's first ever Now, the 25th birthday. It's a limited edition copy of Now, That's What I Call Music. And you can see, if we open it up, it's just like the original, basically. This is the album that I had on cassette for quite a while, actually, and then I got it on CD. Back in 2003, so at the 20th anniversary, we had Now Decades, 60 number ones from 1983 to 2003, which is a 3 CD set. We also had Now Years as well, back in 2004. We have Now 25 Years, special one, a copy that I actually won from EMI, from the Now team. More recently, a spin-off, Now That's What I Call Musicals. I did have more of the Now spin-offs. I'm not sure where they are, actually, to be totally honest. So if we go through the albums, I have from Now 10, basically, with very few gaps in between. Basically, I have from Now 20 right through to Now 83 at the moment. So, got Now 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then a slight jump, 18, then no 19, I've got 20, right through to 83. So lots of the albums here. I'm going to tell you some of my personal favourites. Something I like about the Now albums as well, if you look at them, there's such varied colours and varied designs for these CDs. It's very eye-catching, very striking. If I have a look, Now 34 always sticks in my mind. It was always one that I was very keen to purchase. It's not one that I bought straight away, because I was very young when the album first came out, back in the summer of 1996. But lots of great tracks on that one. On Now 34, songs like Spice Girls, Wannabe, so the birth of the Spice Girls in 1996. Gina G, Ooh Ah Just a Little Bit, Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac, Robert Miles, Children, Oasis, Wonderwall, the Blue Tones, some brilliant tracks from the 90s. Now 39, another great album, actually. Now 37 as well. Celebrated 40 albums, Now 40 in the summer of 1998. I remember having reservations about whether to get that one. I remember going on holiday that summer and thinking, shall I get the album or not? How many of the songs do I actually like on this one? But then I remember very fondly sort of having some discos, some parties with my family at Christmas time back in 1998. And Now 41 was the first Now album that I purchased. And it's still one that I adore. I just love the tracks on it. Some very cheesy tracks from the late 90s, but songs like Boyzone, No Matter What, Beautiful South, Perfect 10, U2, The Sweetest Thing, Aqua, Turn Back Time, The Cardigans, James, Sit Down. Some really great tracks from 1998 on that one. The biggest year for Now, I suppose, was 1999, turn of the millennium. We had Now 42, which was one of the slightly weaker Now albums, I think. Now 43 in the summer. I remember getting that one just before I went to Spain on holiday with my family. Now 44 as well, enormous album, the biggest seller of the series. Now 45 was at the start of the millennium, so a fireworks theme for the cover works very well, and was had the most songs on a Now album up to that point, 45 tracks across 2 CDs, which was quite an achievement actually. Of course, we have 48, 49, and then Now 50 in 2001, so basically 18 years of the Now series. It's amazing actually how they've managed to coincide their special birthday years with the numbers in the series. So if we think Now 40 was when they celebrated basically 15 years of the Now series, and Now 50 when they celebrated their 18th birthday. We had the advent of ringtones coming in from Now 54. You could purchase Now ringtones from this point in the series. We had particular themes as well with the cover design. So very summery theme for Now 55, wintry for 56, an Easter theme for Now 57 with Easter eggs, beach umbrellas for Now 58, another snowy scene for Now 59. Now 61 is a particular one that I like. I remember being on holiday. That was released back in the summer of 2005. I remember going to Corfu on holiday with friends, and that was the big album of the summer, and some great tracks on that one, really good one. Although it also had the Crazy Frog as well, so not great, but not a bad summer Now album at all. We had Now 62, into 2006, Now 63, 64 and 65. Again, Now 65, 45 hits again. So between Now 45 and Now 65, not as many as 45 songs on the albums, but on Now 45 and Now 65, they both have 45 hits. We get to Now 70, to celebrate the 25th anniversary back in 2008, the summer of 2008. Have a lovely cover design actually here. I particularly like this one. I'm not quite sure why either. It's very flowery. It's a bit feminine really, but the colour scheme looks really nice, I think, for Now 72. We have some sunglasses for Now 73. And when we get to Now 76, this is the most songs on a Now album to date. 46 songs on this summer edition on Now 76. A great summer album, actually, that one. We got to Now 80 in 2011 at Christmas, for the Christmas release. 2012's albums, we had Now 81, Now 82, and Now 83 was at Christmas, again with another fireworks theme. So, I mean, that's the Now collection. Particular favourites of mine, Now 41, I think. Now 44, I particularly like. Yeah, those are two particular favourites. I like a lot of the 90s Now albums because that's the music that I grew up with. I'm 25 now, so I'm definitely a 90s child. And I started collecting these albums when I was 11, so I'm 25 now. So it's 15 years this year. On the 30th anniversary of the Now series. So those are my thoughts on the Now series. I'd love to know what you think. Please share your ideas with me. I know this is normally a film blog of mine, but I'm doing a special commemorative review here of the Now series because I think it's so popular. It's something that defines the music in the UK, and of course it's a brand that has stretched across many different countries now. It goes all over the world. There's now albums in Brazil, there's now albums in America, in Japan. It's a global phenomenon, really. So congratulations to the Now series on your 30th anniversary.